Hey there, I am super pumped and fired up because I have been talking to so many women that are excited about 2025. They are doing some amazing things in their weight loss, and that is just getting me even more fired up. So today, I want to encourage you that you can lose weight in perimenopause and menopause with going back to the basics, okay? I want to help you lose weight naturally. If you've ever wondered, shoot, can I actually lose this weight without a prescription medicine or without a diet pill? Or, do I need to buy that fancy supplement that you've been going down those rabbit holes and think that you're missing something? The key is your weight loss lies in you. You know how to lose weight. Most women do. They've done it a million times before, okay? So today I am going to walk you through 4 different steps on how you can make this weight loss journey stick for 2025. Let's use your motivation that you have been doing and using already to jumpstart your year. And let's build on that, because I want to teach you how to not only lose the weight, but let's make this the year that you keep this weight off, because you can do it. Okay, let's dig in. My name is Nicole Dalton. I have been a physician assistant for over 20 years, now turned menopause weight loss coach. I work specifically with women 35 and over to help them reach their weight loss goals and keep it off forever. If you're interested in working together and how that looks like, join me on a free 30-minute coaching strategy session. And I would love to hear your weight loss goals and where you're getting hung up and struggling at. Just simply schedule your weight loss consult call with me. I will share that in the show notes below. Okay, so I am so excited to hop on. In my big Facebook community, Weight Loss for Midlife Women, we are doing a 25-day Move More challenge here in January. If you've not joined in and it sounds like something you would like to join in, it's not too late. You can join us for the rest of the January. So find us over at Weight Loss for Midlife Women in Facebook and come join. It's a free Move More challenge. And I tell you, these ladies are fired up. They're ready to go, and we're feeling this positive energy, and we're really pushing through and finding this positive energy and using it. And all the support and encouragement has been just like nothing I've seen before. So come join us. It's been super fun. So today I want to hop in and share with you 4 different ways that you can go back to the basics and just tap into what you already know and use this to fuel your weight loss and keep it off forever this time, right? No one wants to hop on a diet, lose the weight, and then gain it back. So let's focus in. So I challenge you. So one thing that I've done this year for 2025 is I've read several of John Gordon's positive motivational books, and he has encouraged to choose one word for your year. And you probably have heard of this before, but I actually put a lot of thought into it and reflected for a few days to really find a word that I can use throughout my whole life, not only in my coaching business, working and helping and just loving working with other women to create the healthiest version of themselves, but in my marriage, in my work as a mom, in my work in the clinic. So I've thought and pondered over this word, and it's a word that I want to share with you today because I feel like this helps you go back to the basics. So my word for the year is simplify. I would love to hear if you've chose a word for the year or are thinking on it. Let me hear what your word is. I'd love to hear it. So simplify. So I want to use this word to show you how basic weight loss can be, okay? So if we look at simplifying our lives and our weight loss, there's 4 different ways to do this. Simplify our nutrition, simplify our exercise, simplify our sleep, okay? And simplify our stress, okay? Hang in there with me. I promise. I know. I feel the stress too, but I want to help you work through to simplify how you respond, because we do know during this phase in our life, as our estrogen and progesterone levels are dropping, insulin, cortisol is rising. Cortisol is that stress hormone, and our response to stress is definitely more heightened during this phase in our life. So we want to do what we can and what we can control to lower that cortisol response by managing how we're dealing with the stress in our life, because it's going to be heightened anyway. So I've got some good things here. So the first thing is the nutrition piece. I want you to look at how you have your nutrition set up every day. What are you eating every day? Okay, make it simple. Okay, you can keep a food log and meal plan, and those are tools to use. I always encourage every woman to start there, because it really gives you data to look at when you are starting your weight loss journey and where you can make tweaks. But if you don't want to do that, that's too overwhelming right now, that's okay. Just look at your plate. Look at your plate. That nutrition piece, it's recommended that, fill up half your plate with vegetables. Fill up a quarter of your plate with your protein. Fill up a quarter plate with fat and carbs, okay? So picture that in your head. Grab a plate. You can draw it out. You can even Google my plate, and it'll show you a basic arrangement of what a plate should look like. But simplify your nutrition. The more your food is coming from the ground that has been grown for us as humans, that's what our bodies have been meant to eat and thrive on. So focus on all those foods we know we should be eating. Have them at home. Put them in your fridge first thing so you can see it. That way it's always on your mind. Take all that crap from the holidays. Hopefully you've thrown it all away. If you haven't, do that, because cleaning up your environment around you will help. Okay, so get rid of the garbage, bring in all those healthy foods, and have it out where you can see it every day, because then you're more likely to fill that plate up with all of those real foods. So clean up your diet, simplify your nutrition. All real foods grown from the ground that have been made for us, okay? Second piece, exercise. What are you doing for exercise, okay? First of all, make it fun. You want exercise to be fun because you want to look forward to it. I love to exercise. That piece has always been the simplest for me because I love exercising. I love moving my body. I feel like the more I move, the better I feel. So I encourage you to look at your exercise routine, okay? And first of all, make it fun. Second of all, have it scheduled, okay? I'm sure you've heard this before, but if you're not a morning person, I want you to just take that label and rip it right off, because the most successful women are the ones who have a great morning routine. It can be as simple as getting up 10 minutes early, having that quiet time for yourself to focus in on you. 10 minutes of gentle stretching yoga, 10 minutes of doing some burpees or jumping jacks at home. It could be 10 minutes for a walk. Whatever that is, I promise you, if you get up and have a set morning routine, you are going to feel fabulous the rest of the day because you feel accomplished. You feel like you can check that off your list of things to do. And guess what? It helps us feel better. It gets those endorphins running. It makes us feel happier and less stressed. And it will help with your weight loss, okay? So schedule your exercise, have a routine, and work on that. With all my clients, we really focus in and dial in on setting a good morning routine. And I tell you, those clients that have set in a good morning routine have been the ones that are most successful long term. And this is even proven in the studies, just looking at successful women in general, whether it's in business, whether it's in weight loss and health, they're the ones that have a good morning routine. So what do you want your morning to look like? You get to create what you want your morning to look like. Does it look like, oh my gosh, I pressed snooze 10 times and I'm running out the door and chasing the kids, and right? That just makes me feel so stressed. So if you can look at your morning routine and think about a nice, peaceful, calm morning routine to get your mind in the right place, hopefully to sneak in some exercise then so you know it's been done and you can move on with your day. Third thing is, let me think. So nutrition, exercise. What else did I have for you? I had sleep. Sleep is by far the most underrated tool for perimenopause and menopause years. These are the years that a lot of you may be struggling with hot flashes, night sweats, and really struggling with that sleep, okay? So we need to look at that sleep, and it's so cool because there's so much that goes into a good night's sleep that has been, like, I've learned so much here recently, and I've been really surprised with understanding and learning how much even just the food that we eat and when we eat it can affect our sleep patterns and sleep routines. So with sleep, we want to make sure we're cold at night, okay? You need to have a room that's cooler, like a couple degrees cooler than what your house is, because that cooling temperature helps us sleep. Have a set time you go to bed, have a set time you wake up, because it helps trigger that natural circadian rhythm, okay? So look at those sleep routines. How can you switch it up a little bit? Because 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night is ideal to help us with our weight loss journey, because it helps to lower those cortisol levels we were talking about too. So also other things that can help with sleep is those dang phones, our dang screens that we're all addicted to. I have been definitely more mindful on just stopping the scroll and stopping getting on social media as much, and just being very mindful about putting that phone away. Okay, every night before I go to bed, I'm a 9 o'clock gal. I go to bed by 9 p.m. pretty much most nights. During the weeknights, during the weekends too, and I'm a 4:30 a.m. riser, 4:35. Okay, so I have a set routine. I take my phone and I purposely plug it in outside of my bedroom. So I put it in the kitchen, and all my kids, that's just our rule. You plug it in at the kitchen, get them out of the bedrooms, and no TV before bed, at least in your bedroom, okay? And I have been really enjoying reading more and really being intentional about even going to bed a little earlier so I can sneak in some 10-15 minutes of reading every night. And I've enjoyed just doing some mindless reading. I feel like so many times I'm always like in deep in some of the books I enjoy reading to learn more, but it's sometimes just fun to take it back and just grab a fun book that's a mindless read. So having a set calming routine every night is so important, okay? And also, did you know that eating a heavy carb meal a couple hours before bed actually keeps you up longer? Okay, so your carbs that you're eating every day, I was surprised to learn that information, but you want to try to eat your carbs sooner in your day, preferably before like 2 p.m. Have your carbs with your breakfast and your lunch, and make your dinner more full of proteins and veggies, and focus on those foods later in the evening, because that helps. Also, a good sleepy time tea. I've been really, especially in the winter here, I've been really enjoying, my husband and I'll make up some sleepy time tea in the evening when we sit down to relax and chit chat, when that happens. Not enough, but with our busy nighttime schedules with the kids. But so anyway, so look at your sleep patterns, because that helps with your weight loss. Lastly, is our stress. I cannot talk about this enough, because during menopause, during perimenopause, add the rage, add the irritability, add that stress, right? Who feels like they're just like snapping and just sometimes it feels like we can't control it, okay? And I get that. And if you feel so stressed where you're feeling like it's really affecting your relationships with your spouse, with your kids, with your work, go get help, okay? Go to your provider, go get help. Do some counseling. I always say everybody should have a counselor in their back pocket. Those are all good things to manage our stress. However, knowing that your stress response is more heightened, you are going to react more stressfully with the same situation that you would have been around in your 20s or 30s. You now present that same stress in your life, and now it seems like way overwhelming, over the top, too stressful, right? So the way we need to cope and manage our stress is so important. Look at your life. Are you constantly feeling stressed at work, at home, with the bills, with everything, okay? Figure out, everybody's stressed. Everybody's stressed. Everybody's cortisol levels are going up, and it's becoming a problem for sure, and it has been. So the good thing is, though, with any circumstance that's going on in our life, we are the ones that can manage our stress, okay? We are the ones that can manage our thoughts and what we're thinking about that stressful event in our life. I have been working super hard on my stress response, my specific thoughts, so I can understand what feelings are coming up for me, so that I can respond in a way that I want to respond, and not just be reactive, but be actually intentional about how I want to react in certain situations. And I continue to work on it. I feel like it's a constant work in progress, right? I'm human. I make mistakes. I don't show up the way I want to all of the time, but I'm working on it, and I want to strive to be excellent where I'm at, okay? So how can you work on your stress levels with paying attention? Write down all your thoughts for the day. Do it for a day. I challenge you. I have my clients do this too. And you'll be surprised, all of the random thoughts that are going through our brains, but we get to choose what we think, okay? We are not our thoughts. And the way we choose to think will intentionally choose the way that we feel. And that will cause us to react in the way that we want. So really get into those thoughts, and how can you do some mindset flips and switches, okay? So you can absolutely think about weight loss and think, this is too hard, I'm not gonna do it again, I've done it a million times. Yeah, you can think that way, for sure. Or can you switch that thought and intentionally think, I wanna lose weight, I wanna feel the best I can, I wanna be the healthiest version of myself. Can you decide to think that way instead, okay? Another example, would be looking at your plate of healthy foods. You can absolutely sit there and think, oh, I don't want to eat another salad or another piece of fruit when my friend Katie over here is eating the brownie and, drinking that extra glass of wine, whatever that is. But you can decide to think that way, or you can decide to look at that plate and say, I get to nourish my body with all the food it's made for me. And I know when I eat this way, I feel amazing and I feel the best that I can. So watch your thoughts, because that's playing a huge part in your weight loss, maybe the yo-yo diets that you've been on. You're missing something there more with, kind of goes along with stress, but it goes along more with our thoughts and our feelings. There's so much more, and I love to talk about this. So I would love to hear what you're struggling with in your weight loss. How can you work on either the nutrition piece, the exercise piece, the sleep piece, or the stress piece? How can you work those into your day and pay attention? Think about it for a second. What do you need to work on that all of this will help with your weight loss journey? I would love to hear from you. So if you are ready to get coached and are ready to work together to get this weight off, I am looking for 2 more women here in January to work with to get them to their weight loss goals. So join me on your free coaching call. I am excited to talk with you. Have a wonderful day.